Who put her in the witch elm? Being a small town, we don't usually have to deal with vandalism, but this message is very specific. To an unsolved murder from 1943, where human remains were found inside a witch elm. The remains were found 43 years ago.
After the likes of brilliant horror experiences expressed by Resident Evil 7, Outlast, and a few others, even the short yet memorable PT demo, I found that there is something truly compelling about overcoming your worst fears within a haunted, relatively confined setting. So upon discovering that Infliction, with its relatively one-man development effort, aims to offer a similar yet unique take on the horror genre, I was all in. Infliction introduces players to a tormented home where the dead are troubled and obliged to stalk you. Within this complex and emotional narrative, developer Caustic Reality has crafted a light yet intriguing puzzle design, forcing players to carefully scour their surroundings for clues, oftentimes needing to retrace their steps, as unassuming intel becomes a matter of needing to remember where you last saw that valuable information in order to drive the story forward. With obvious inspirations, Infliction offers a valiant attempt at submerging the player in its hopeless and dreadful world. Impressively, the canvas asserts itself with accessible attachments to the gameplay. Most of the doors can be opened, from cabinets, refrigerators, dressers, closets, as well as items which can be inspected for interesting clues. Sometimes, previously locked doors have a way of mysteriously opening, allowing access. In this way, and as players learn more about the details surrounding the game's tormented family of interests, the narrative has a way of tugging at your emotions. Early on, players are equipped with a flashlight, and eventually a camera. For Infliction, your camera becomes your sword and shield against the game's more unsavory elements. Within this chilling environment, players are made to feel vulnerable, without the option of protecting themselves in any combative form, which is quite reminiscent of Outlast. Yet with camera in hand, players are forced to engage the enemy spirit if you want any chance of getting away. By taking a photo, the flash repels the evil spirit for the time being. In addition, photos reveal key insight with images otherwise not seen with the naked eye. With light as your ally, aside from your camera, I found myself looking for light switches within most rooms upon entering. I would not consider Infliction a frightening experience. However, throughout my 4.5-hour romp to its conclusion, the tension certainly raised a few hairs on my neck, despite the game's seemingly low-budget production value. Assisting with the game's building of anxiety, the sound design supported illicit perilous atmospheric pressure. Continuing down this path, your surroundings seem to become a character all their own, as weird and bizarre sounds are heard from all around. Sometimes there are nearby footsteps, even faint whispering, which can be barely understood, but you know it's there. Infliction will not leave you scratching your head trying to figure out some of its more ambiguous puzzles. Yet from time to time, you may sense an increase in stress in order to complete tasks, which could involve evil and aggressive pursuers. Yet after a while, once you have taken in all that Infliction throws at you within the first hour or so, you may not find yourself scared at all, as you may get used to the scare tactics on display. This decrease in tension is attributed to the game's flat character designs and overall production value, or lack thereof. With technical issues as well as dated animations among other caveats, the game's impressive ambition and story might begin to take a back seat as you near its conclusion. Aside from its glaring shortcomings, Infliction certainly kept me intrigued throughout. While there is much we could elaborate on involving the game's compelling narrative approach, I feel it is best to allow players to experience the story revelations on their own, without spoiling the fun. Taking into consideration that Infliction has been developed mainly by one person, Overall, the game has great potential. And there you have it.